What? Yeah. النجوم. إن شاء الله. Alrighty, Bismillah. Anyone know the answer to number 12? Number 12. 12. You're looking at 13, I believe.
الذهب
وفضة. We're gonna put alif lam on silver as well.
والفضة كحجارة.
كحجارة.
I don't know the hard.
Well, remember, what's the word right before hijara?
Jar or hard jar.
So what does a harf jar do?
Just say
So how do we say the next word?
كحجارة.
T? Does hijara have alif lam?
No.
No, so if it doesn't have alif lam, it has to have,
Then we.
so how do we fix that?
كحجارة
Yes.
لزيد.
Very good, mashallah. Alright, if you guys did not hear what he said, Amir says, الذهب, which is correct, gold, والفضة, and silver, ka, what does ka mean? Are like, hijaratin. Why are we saying hijaratin? Maddie? Why would I say ka hijaratin? Stones.
It's because it's jar.
It's jar. What do you mean jar?
It's in the jar state.
And that's because of?
Because the word that comes before it is jar.
It's a hard jar. It's ka. Very good. Ka hijaratin. And then he said li zaydin. Why do you say zaydin? Safi?
After it has to be in the jar state.
Why is zaydin in the jar state?
Li Zaydin.
Li zaydin. What is li?
Oh, Li is a hard jar.
There's another harf jar, right? Yes. So for zayd, or to zayd, in this case it says, it doesn't say zayd, it says zahid. It says zahid.
Is that it?
Yeah, so li
I don't
zahidin.
know why I wrote that.
Li zahidin. Right? Yes.
Or kahijari.
Ka hijarati is wrong. You gotta say ka hijaratin.
Oh, right, sorry.
So what about it?
Does the calf connect to the...
Yes,
I have a
yes,
question about
yes.
that,
Yeah, so
it does?
there's a couple of interesting things you should learn. One of them is that if an Arabic word is composed of one letter, it usually connects to the next word. Like li, bi, and ka, all are letters that are expected to attach to the word after. They never float on their own. So the way I would write bi zaydin, for example, or
Zaydin?
li zahidin would be like this.
I ruined the last
Oh,
name.
okay, there you go.
So leave one.
Like that. Y'all following?
Yeah.
Alright. So it's important that we learn how to write properly, because that's an integral part of the Arabic language. Otherwise, if you have random spaces and just typographical errors, no one can understand what you're writing. You got a question, Art? Alright. Those that have worked on number 13. If you haven't, just get started, inshallah, and let me know.
What's the verb for look?
Is it Bala?
The verb for looked that we're going to be using is nadara.
Nadara. Like say nadara.
What is nadara?
That's glasses.
Glasses.
That's
Good.
the tool used for.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
a tool,
tool,
yeah.
but it's not with the mim kasra. We'll learn about that later. Nadara means what? Guys, it's a three-letter word, so what does this mean?
Oh, because it has all, what's it called?
They don't always all have fatha. The middle one can have kasra or
I
dhamma.
see.
Yeah, but the first and last one do. It's a conjugation. What does it mean?
He saw.
He looked, right? Or he saw.
Third person.
Now we want to turn he into I. So how are we going to do that? Very good.
Say it again?
We want to turn he looked into I looked. How would we do that? Now dartu. This is I looked. Nadartu. Now, what was the word again for towards? Ila. So let's put ila afterwards. Nadartu ila. How do we say the moon? القمر بالسكون في الأخير. إلى القمر. إلى القمر. إلى القمر. Why إلى القمر? It's on the jar state. That's right. Ila before it has to change, affect it.
But it connects, right? It's ilal.
Yeah, we're gonna pronounce it connected, but we're not gonna write ila and al qamar as one word. Like this. Ila.
So which form is nadartu? Would that be the past tense passive voice?
Not passive. It's active.
I know. Yeah, I can see that.
Active, because we know who's doing the looking, right?
Yeah, it's I am. Yeah.
It's past tense, first person, singular.
Table 3.1.
That's right. So nadartu ila al-qamari. Now we want to say and the stars. How do we say that? وَالنُّجُومُ. Mu? Me. Why me? Where's the harf jar? No. So this is a concept I explained last time, which is that whenever you have the word wa, it has a special quality.
It takes the same the one before?
Yeah, so what it can do is that wa has the capacity to carry over the effect of something before it. This is in the jar state because of what? This is in the jar state because of what?
Because of the
Ila. Now, I don't know why I wrote ila again. Then we have wa. What wa does is it has the capacity to bridge this jar state to the word after. And then what's the word for stars, guys? Stars.
Najm.
And one. So wa is bridging the jar state from qamar to nujum, and the person is obviously looking towards the moon and towards the stars. Both of them are in reality in the same meaning of the word that follows the harf jar. Alright, let's look at number 14. Day PM. What's PM?
Plural male.
Plural male. How are we going to figure that out? Open. We have to figure out how to say he opened first.
It's the
Yeah, so we want to make it they, third person, plural masculine. So how do we say open? Let's figure out he opened. How do we say that?
Fataha.
Fataha. Very good. Now how do we say it for two males? Fataha. How do we say it for three males?
Fadu.
Huh?
It's wow.
Good. So how do we say it?
Fatahu.
Fatahu. Very good. That's correct. We'll start our sentence with Fatahu. How do we write it?
Wow with the sukun and then an alif right after.
Yes, there's always going to be that silent alif at the end.
Oh.
Why is that again?
There's no reason to give.
Oh man. Alright.
There's rules are rules. Rules are.
You don't want to understand this, trust me.
I think you tried to explain it last time, right?
Yeah. I did. I'll try later.
Yeah, let's start.
Fatahu. So they opened is Fatahu. What do they open?
Garden.
The garden.
No, to the garden. To the garden.
No, you're looking at the next
Oh,
one.
the lock.
The lock. Let's figure out how to say lock.
Yeah.
You found it?
Yeah.
What is it? Mufrad. Right? And it's actually in Surah Muhammad.
Oh yeah.
Where is it in Surah Muhammad?
Rafi.
The plural is in Surah Muhammad. Aha.
I don't know the rest of that.
You know that. You knew Akfaluha. So you must know the beginning of the
I
ayah.
don't.
Come on.
Someone has helped me.
It's easy. You gotta tell me.
Yeah.
Part of being a hafiz is being able to tell me exactly where a specific word is in the Quran.
That's the end of the ayah, right?
The next word is inna.
Is it Qur'an?
It's kufr.
Quiz time right now.
Man.
أفلا يتدبرون القرآن أم على قلوب أقفالها. Second last page, Surah Muhammad, 10th line, right side.
Is it Qiflun?
Quflun, not bifl. It's qufl.
So it's Quflun.
No, we don't want to say a lock, we want to say the lock.
So why?
Why what?
Is it what?
No.
It's Bil. Bil. Is it Bil?
They didn't open with the lock, they opened the lock.
With the key.
With the key.
Yeah, so we want, how do we just say they opened the lock?
That's a whole
Quf,
kufla.
qufla. Why qufla?
No.
It's the object. It's the object. What's an object, Dad?
I just said that on accident.
You know, you've told me last time. What is an object?
Maf'ul.
What is a maf'ul? Yeah, so what's happening to this lock?
It's being opened.
Therefore, it should be in which state?
The nasab.
The nasab state. Very good. Good. You'll get used to that, but you have to remind yourself constantly. This should be in the nasab state, i.e., it should end in fatha because it is the
It's what's the object.
It's the object of the verb, right? It's the object of the verb. It's what the action is happening to. So the action here is what, Arif? And what's it happening to? The lock, right? So the lock has to end in fatha in Arabic because it's what the action is happening to. On the last letter of law.
So the lock is
So we say al-qufla. The word for lock is qufl. If you go to the word list, you'll find it. Go to the word list.
Remember that's what we went over already.
Okay, now we have to say with the key. So how do we say with the key? Bil muftah. You're speaking Palestinian, right? No, B was correct. Remember? Bil muftah. Good. Yes.
Bil miftah.
Good.
It's a
Yes. What's the jar?
The jud is with.
What's that in Arabic?
Yes.
That's muf. It's mif.
It's not
Not
muf.
muf.
They say muftah.
Yeah, muftah is slang. All right. Let's do number 15. We went to the garden. We went. We got to figure out how to say went. Does anyone recall how we say he went? Dhahaba. Very good. So we're going to take dhahaba. That's he. We got to transform that, man. You got to help us out, man. Table 3.1 in the book. Very good. How'd you say it?
Almost.
Say it again. Say it again.
Almost.
So the ba is going to have a sukoon. So now dhahabana.
You try to do the bounce.
Dhahab. You said dhahabana.
Then you try to bounce.
I know.
Yeah, that's what you have.
Dhahabna. Dhahab. What do you mean? I'm sorry. Yeah. What was your question? Yeah, you have to do qalqala, right? Is that what you're actually trying to do?
Yes,
No, that's correct. You can do that. But a lot of people, they exaggerate it to where it sounds like dhahabana. Yeah, you would say dhahabna. Very good. Dhahabna. So is we went. How do we then answer the question of how do we say to the garden? What would we say for to here? Would it be li or ila? Ila, correct. So we went to would be dhahabna ila. And then how do we say the garden? It's in the word list. Hadiqa or bustan or jannah.
I want Jannah.
Jannah, yeah.
No one uses jannah in this one.
Jannah's only meant for the heavenly garden.
Al-hadiqa.
Go visit Jannah.
Inshallah.
الحديقة. ذهبنا إلى الحديقة. الحديقة.
T.
T. Why not tin?
Because alif.
Very good. ذهبنا إلى الحديقة. How do we say we sat?
What?
How do you gotta tell us? How do we?
Lajasna?
Lajasna. Wow. Never heard that before.
Oh yeah, no, wait, sit is jalasa.
So how do we say we sat?
وجلس
This isn't like
وجلس
computation.
Jalasna.
Oh, yeah.
Jalasna. You said lajasna.
Guess not.
Jalasna.
Is this hashish? Is that grass? Is it really this? It's hashish, right?
It can be hashish. It can be another word too.
Yeah. we-
The word that is in the book is al-ushb.
Oh.
Al-ushb. Word for grass.
Is grass or plural or singular?
It's just singular.
On is
It's the grass.
Yeah. We're not saying the different types of grass. We're not saying different types of grass. If you had like Bermuda grass, this grass, that grass, you'd say a'shab. For whatever the plural is, a'shab, right? Yeah. You would say ushb. Ushb. Ushb is grass. So would we say على العشبن?
No, which be
على العشبن?
Yeah.
Yeah, على العشبي.
Not على العشبن.
No, عشبي.
على العشبي. Because we have al in the beginning. We can't put tanween at the end.
it's another job of stay.
Very good. Alright, now exercise number 2's in this book. The exercise 2 is typically a little bit more difficult. Translating into Arabic is hard, but exercise 2 usually has words that are not actually in the word list. So you might need some help. So let's first and foremost try and translate number 1. Alhamdulillahi. That's very easy. What does alhamdu mean? All praise. Where did you get the all? The al. Your al can sometimes mean all. We call that lam al-istighraq, which means all different types. Okay, so alhamdu means all praise. Li, what does li mean again? For or
Two. All praise to Allah.
I gave you guys a different definition. That last class. I gave you 2 different definitions. The first one I wrote on the board over here was belongs to. Right? All praise belongs to Allah. So if I say as-sayyaratu li Zaydin, what does that mean? Very good. Li can mean, it's sometimes better translated as belongs to. So alhamdulillah means? Yes. You can say it's for Allah. There's nothing wrong with that. But belongs to shows ownership as well.
So we're going to translate that into all praise belongs to Allah?
Yes. Now why are we saying lillahi? Why are we not saying lillahu?
Because it's in the jar.
Because of?
Li.
Very good.
Because I think lahu means God.
Now let me explain something. In the Arabic language, if you have the word li, and you're adding it to something that begins with al, there's a little bit of a weird rule. And that is that we end up cutting out the alif in writing. So if I say lirrajuli, I would write it like this.
That's how it's pronounced, right?
Yeah, that's how it's pronounced. We're skipping this lam.
It's not that.
Now we're going to say lirrajuli. Similarly, if I said lil ka'bati, how would I write it?
Another lamb.
Lam, and then
Another lamb.
another lam. Y'all understand what I've done? I've cut out what? The alif. The alif. So we just leave the lam, But we cut out the alif.
That
That
only
was
pertains
just,
to li.
that only pertains to li.
And it still has the same meaning as the.
Yes, that's
Still
right.
definite, right?
But that's not true with letters like B or letters like Ga. Why? I can't tell you why. Okay? I really don't know why. But that's how the Arabs wrote it. So, if I said Billahi, how would I write it?
Yeah, that alif, lam,
Lahu. Lahi.
You guys see the alif is intact.
Right.
yeah.
I'm not writing it like this.
Yeah, I guess.
Right.
I'm not writing it like that. And if you look at A'udhu Billahi, that's how it's written. It's not written like this, written like this. Make sense? If I say Zayd is like a lion, I would say Zaydun. How would I say Zayd is like the lion? Can someone help me say that? It's like the lion.
Kal.
Kal. How would I write Kal Asadi?
Alif. Al. Asad.
You guys see the difference?
Yeah.
Li has a specialty that it what?
Trumps the alif.
It cuts the alif out. If it's connected to the alif of alif lam. Only. Okay, for now, that's the only time Li is going to be cutting out the alif afterwards. But this is just to help you ensure that you write these words properly. And you can see that is the case in Alhamdulillahi. In Alhamdulillahi, the word Allah does not have what? It doesn't have alif at the beginning. Good. Alright, let's try number 2. This one is a little bit different. This is the first sentence you've ever seen in the Arabic language that doesn't start with an ism or fi'l. What does it start with? But I thought there's only 2 types of sentences.
There's more.
But there's 2 types of sentences I taught you. What are they? Al-Jumlatul Ismiya and Al-Jumlatul Fi'liya. What would this be? Yeah, it's not a Jumla Harfiya. This is actually a Jumla Ismiya, but the order has just been flipped. Okay? There's an ism in this sentence that's the subject, but it just doesn't come at the beginning of the sentence. Why is that the case? I'll explain that later in a more advanced Nahwu lesson. So the real order of the sentence originally is Hudan. Hudan lin-nasi fil Qur'an.
So
Okay?
guide the people.
So Hudan is guidance. Fil Qur'ani means what? In the Quran, and then that's the predicate. That's really the predicate. So one way we can translate is in the Quran, and then you're gonna insert there is. In English, you're gonna there is Hudan lin-nasi.
How do I know?
We'll teach you guys that later, inshallah. That's why I'm helping you out on
That's
this
how you
exercise.
translate it to like English speaker.
No. It's you only have to do this when the order of the sentence has been flipped.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
If I'm reading this.
Like if I said to you, "Fil masjidi rajulun."
Yeah.
Guys, let me
In the
explain.
masjid, there's a man. Yeah.
Yes, very good.
In the Quran, there's guidance.
Yes.
Oh,
So if I
okay.
said "Fil
Yeah.
masjidi rajulun," I'm saying in the masjid man. No, I'm saying in the masjid there is a man. We have to insert there is if the Arabic sentence has this flipped order. So in reality, the sentence is Hudan lin-nasi fil Quran. Guidance for mankind is in the Quran, but the way we would translate it is in the Quran there is guidance for mankind, for people. Very good. Why is it that lin-nasi has these 2 lambs like stacked next to each other?
Because
The alif.
Very good. The alif's been cut out. Number 3. Who can tell me what number 3 says? As-sahabu musakharun baynas.
So Samad al-Ard is the heavens and the earth.
Where is the harf jar here? Where's the harf jar?
Wow.
Why is only a harf jar when you're saying I swear?
Yeah, right.
How do you know it's bayna?
That's the only one I can think of.
But because look,
It's
look.
between.
No, but look at bayna and look at the ending of the word after it.
Yeah.
Jar.
Yeah.
It's in the jar state, right?
Yeah.
Bayna means between.
Right.
Okay. And between, it indicates a location. A lot of harf jars indicate a location, like fi indicates a location, ala indicates a location, ila indicates a direction. It's not the Sahaba. Sahaba is with Saad and that. That's a Sahaba too. This is as-Sahabu. ايش السحاب؟ ايش السحاب؟ السحاب is the clouds.
That's why I did.
Again.
Sometimes it's like
Brain?
rain.
He said rain.
Rain. We have musakharun in the Quran. Where's musakharun in the Quran?
What is this?
Come on. I need someone who can think of it. Maybe it's not musakharun, but there is an ayah that has something like sakhar. Subhanalladhi sakhara lana hada. What is sakhara lana hada? What does that dua mean? Anyone know?
That's the one for traveling, right?
Yeah, what does that dua mean?
He was brought down to us.
Brought down to us? Very close. Very close. What did you say, Amir?
I just read the dua.
Brought upon us. Like,
Huh?
he gave us control upon us.
Who gave us control. That's how we translate sakhara, who subjugated, who facilitated, and so on and so forth. Musakhar in the Arabic language could mean that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in this context, it means that it is held.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wait, hell?
So the
Hell.
clouds are held between the heavens and the earth
Yeah. Or there's a better word I'm trying to think in English
for which one?
for musakhar.
Are
Yeah. There's a much better word, let me think. Musakhar. Musakhar. All right, we'll talk about musakhar in a bit.
Why is it?
Why is it a sahab for clouds as opposed to what?
Like, how we imagine something that moves.
Yeah, so sahab can mean something that's pulled as well, and they're pulled by the winds.
Yeah.
Oh,
I thought it
That
was
makes sense.
Right? So you say ishab in Arabic means what?
cool.
Pull, right? So the clouds are pulled.
They're pulling.
Yeah.
They're pulling
Now I think clouds are
They
cool.
also pull the moisture
the
in.
evaporation. They pull the.
They pull all the moisture into one
Right.
area.
Right. That makes so much sense.
Very good. That's a good observation, by the way. Most people, they don't connect words with other words they know. That's a good way to succeed. It's a really good way to explain your vocab. All right, number 4.
What's the translation for sakhar?
Sakhar, we'll just say it is suspended.
Okay, I've seen that.
Suspended. That's the word I'll pick for now. Between, bayna samai, between the,
Heavens and the earth. I see. So there's a barrier in these clouds.
you can say they're trapped, they are, subdued, they're enslaved, they are suspended. We'll just use
I
suspended.
like that word suspended. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. بين السماء والأرض, between the heavens and the earth. Why is والأرض in the jar state?
Because it's also being.
What's what doing?
It's bringing the barrier.
It's the barrier.
It's bridging the jar from the
previous
sama to the earth. Very good. Let's look at number 4. Can anyone read it? Just all read it.
Yom Sabti.
Yo, not Yomas.
Yom
Musabti lil
Yehudi.
ويوم الأحد للنصارى.
Okay, cool. Saturdays for the Jews.
What's Yom Sabti? The day of.
Saturday.
What type of construction is this in the Arabic language?
Day of.
No, like what do we call this?
Murakkab,
It's the first one that is.
Idafi, right?
Very good, mashallah. We have 2 words. The first one doesn't have alif lam, it doesn't have tanween. The second one is in the jar state. That must mean this is what type of phrase?
Come on, how do we just want
It's a
to?
mudaf and mudaf ilayh. Al-murakkab al-idaf. Very good. He beat you to it.
Yeah.
Disappointed, man. Yawm al-Sabti means the day of Saturday. Sabt. Li means what? For. We're not going to say belongs to in this case. That doesn't sound right. It's for al-Yahudi, the Jews. Wa Yawm al-Ahadi. What is Yawm al-Ahadi? The day of Sunday.
What does Ahad mean?
It means the first.
Oh, that's right.
The Ahad, yeah.
But yeah. In this case, it means Ahad means the first.
Day of the week, yeah.
Lin Nasara. What does Lin Nasara mean?
For the Christian.
For the Christian.
Doesn't the word Nasara come from Nazareth? Or no?
Actually, Nasara actually is from an Ethiopian word. No. Nasara comes from Nasara, according to some, which means to help, because Prophet Isa alayhi salam's disciples were known as the helpers.
Oh.
According to some.
Wow.
I don't know if there is a correlation in Nasara and Nazareth. Maybe there is.
I thought that's what it was.
It's possible.
It's
You're
I
from
mean,
Palestine. You
a lot
might have more. You have
from Nazareth are Christians, yeah.
Oh yeah, of course. That's Christianity's
It's
birthplace.
in Arabic, is it the same? Yom Ithnain, Thalath,
Yeah, that's the second day of the week. Yom al-Arba'a is the fourth day of the
Arba'a,
week.
Khamis.
No. You're
It's
pronouncing them wrong.
I am?
Yeah. In Fusha, they're a little bit different. But similar.
But you know your numbers are also wrong in Fusha as well.
Yes.
Kadash doesn't exist.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The Dash doesn't exist?
It's like
The heart-
Ashra plus 1.
The hardest lesson that we will learn in all of Arabic will be that of numbers. But I'll hold that off for a while.
Yeah.
Let's look at number 5.
Kadash is just shorthand for math.
Qara'at. Is it Qara'at? Yes, it is Qara'at. What is Qara'at, guys? What type of word is this?
It means it's read, but it's. Let me look at my chart.
She read.
She read. What's he read?
Qara.
Qara'a. And it's like, what two men be? 2 men, Safi. 2 men, Safi, not 3. Qara'a, and then 3 would be? Qara'u. 1 female would be? Qara'at. That's what we have here. Qara'at. What's after Qara'at?
Juz Amma.
Juz'amma. No. Juz'am. In reality, that's Juz'an. What's Juz'an?
A part.
1 juz, a juz. Why does it end in fathas?
Wait. This is in the. It's what's being read.
Very good, some maf'ul. So she read juz'an,
1 juz
1 juz,
of the Quran.
min al-Qur'ani,
From the Quran.
of the Quran is also fine. She read a juz of the Quran في يوم الخميس والجمعة.
On Thursday and Friday.
The day of.
Good. So we in English would not say in. We would say on. All right. But in Arabic you would say fi. Therefore, if you recall, I've told you time and time again, don't think that harf jars have English equivalent. We don't say in English. For days, you don't say I met my friend in Friday. But in Arabic we do. Okay? We say fi. No, not ala. Ala in Arabic is more like physical on top of something.
In this case,
Physically on top of something.
Fi can be used for like time.
Yeah, fi can be used for time.
on
That's
Thursday
right.
and Friday.
Makes sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't only mean inside physically. It could also mean in a time frame.
So like time and place, right?
Yes, that's right. That's a good observation. Very good. Guys, let's look at number...
Hold on, it's al-Khamisi wa, and
The wa, it brings the jar together, right?
Very good. So Ali says, wa brings a jar from what to what again?
Brings it together.
The
from
statement before.
Khamisi into Jumu'ah effective.
Good. So in reality, what it's doing here is it is extending the mudaf
Yeah.
from khamis to also jumu'ah. So it's yawm al-khamisi wa yawm al-jumu'ati. It's extending.
So basically, it's coming from the original one, from fi, and then that's extending all the way down.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, because
The
fi.
states come
Yeah,
starts
because
from
fi,
yes.
and then it makes the next word jar, and then the wa extends it to the following one, right?
That's
so
right.
It all comes from.
No, actually,
Yom.
al-Jumu'ati and al-Khamisi are not in the jar state because of fi. Neither of those are in the jar state because of fi.
Mudaf ilayh, yeah.
They're in the jar state because they're both mudaf ilayh.
Yom.
So the word
Oh.
yom.
So there's two reasons for them to be in the case.
No, it's actually just one.
One.
Fi cannot, remember, a mudaf ilayh can't change its state.
But yomi,
Yeah.
but yomi is in the jar state, right?
Yomi is in the jar
But,
state.
and then what does that make with the next word? Jar state as well?
No.
No.
Words don't just take the states of things around them.
I see. Okay.
Right? Because look, then we would say on number 2, we would say fil Qur'ani, we wouldn't say hudan. See that?
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
exactly. So just understand this. Yomi is in the jar state because of fi.
Yes.
Okay? But yomi is a mudaf. And
Correct.
mudafs are allowed to change their states. But al-khamis is in the jar state because it's mudaf ilayh.
Okay.
And mudaf ilayh are in the jar state naturally. Al-Jumu'ati is also mudaf ilayh. What is it a mudaf ilayh to? What's the mudaf for al-Jumu'ati?
Yom.
Yom. So yom is just being extended
Okay.
as a mudaf. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Inshallah, like, look, this is actually one of the later lessons of how wow works. So I just gave you an introduction to its bridging factor. Don't get too confused about this. I'll help you out, inshallah, for now. Number 6 starts with the harf jar again.
Yeah.
That's actually something that is very common in the Quran and in a hadith.
That's an ayah right there in Surah Al-Baqarah, I think.
Ah, very good. Part of it is.
Yeah.
So, lil muslimi, what does lil muslimi mean?
The Muslims.
Lil muslimi.
For the Muslims.
To the Muslims. No, I'm tripping. It's
For the Muslim,
There's barakah.
there's barakah.
No, hasana.
There's in the world. There's in the
So this sentence is jumbled mumbled.
Yeah, it's.
The reality is, fil lil muslimi is not the subject of the sentence. Because remember, a jumla ismiya has to start with an ism. Is li an ism?
No.
No. So the reality is, this sentence actually is hasanatun is the subject. What does hasanatun mean?
Goodness.
Goodness, like better.
Goodness.
Betterment?
Let's say goodness for now. Or goodness. Yeah, we'll just say goodness. Fit dunya lil muslimi.
For the Muslims.
That's the predicate. So you're
So
going to say
there's-
is for the Muslim. So goodness in the world belongs to the Muslim.
So for ones like this, you would basically have to rejumble it.
You don't have to. There's multiple ways to translate it. The translation is a really hard skill. Okay? Yeah, so you can say for the Muslims there is good in the world. وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةٌ.
And in the
And there
afterlife.
is good in the afterlife.
And there is good in the afterlife.
The reason I recognize this is because they're still trying to get us to memorize it in our class.
What? رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً?
Yes.
For the afterlife.
Okay, good. MashaAllah. Let's try number 7. Number 7 has a weird verb. I call it a weird verb because the verbs we've learned about so far are composed of, like, in their basic form, 3 letters, right? Like akala, right? We've learned normal verbs like this, like akala, which means what?
He ate.
He ate. Now we're learning, we don't have to learn about it, but this is just an example of an advanced verb. This advanced verb, it looks like this. Amana.
Oh, that's.
So there's a bit of a stretch on the first letter. And that's normal. Happens a lot in the Arabic language. What does amana mean? He believed.
He believes. Okay. Yeah.
Okay? So what does amantu?
They believe.
No, amantu.
I believe.
Oh.
You believe.
I believe. Remember, akaltu, fa'altu.
I gotta work on my ground first.
Alright. So amantu, like if you go through all 14 with me real quick. Let's try all 14. Amana, amana, amanu, آمنت آمنت
Nah, it's with the na at the end.
yeah. آمنا.
Amen. I know.
Okay. آمنت آمنتما آمنتم آمنتي آمنتما آمنتن آمنتو. Very good. So this is an example of a what we call a complex verb. Complex verbs are fun, mashallah. Like that's one of the funnest things to learn about Arabic. But you can't get there unless you master regular verbs. Amantu means I believed. Bima, what is be?
With.
Normally means with.
In?
We're gonna translate it as in.
In?
Yes. We won't say fi.
I believed in.
I believe in. See, be here
What
means
Allah
in.
brought down?
Be ma. What is ma?
brought down by Allah.
What is ma?
What?
Normally it's negative if it is preceding a verb. But it doesn't have to be negative when it comes before a verb. It can also mean what.
I believe in what Allah brought down.
Yes. Now, anzala is another type of complex verb. It's a complex verb because it has 4 letters. Anzala means he sent down.
That's why what does the word believe by saying?
In Arabic, how do we say that?
Because I'm looking at Adam.
That means he believed.
Yeah, but believe is like.
There is no like such thing right now that you've learned that shows you how to say a verb. We've only learned verbs attached to people. Remember, like akala, fa'ala, he did. We've only learned them attached to pronouns. We have 5 minutes till Salah. You guys gotta walk. Okay.
Oh, I do.
All right. We'll conclude with number 8.
I believe in what Allah said.
Absolutely.
What Allah sent.
Yeah. I know
Down.
Anzala means brought down.
Anzala means sent down.
Sent down.
And number 8. We'll conclude with number 8. Waqa'a. Guys, pay attention. Shamriz. Waqa'a in the Arabic language means he fell. Waqa'a means he fell. Now, who is falling here? Who do you think the doer is? Al-Dhubab. Al-Dhubab means what?
No idea.
It's in the Quran. No, that's Ba'uba.
I thought it was the bad.
The bad is fly.
It's fly.
But I know that
Dhubab is fly as well.
Oh, the bad is fly?
Yes. So, waqa'a al-dhubabu. Dhubab has a dhamma, which means it is the doer.
Right.
The
This
fly.
is in the rough state.
It's in the rafa state. So the fly, waqa'a, fell, fi
In the food.
al-ta'ami, in the food. MashaAllah.
So the fly fell in the food?
Yes.
Before that's like the thing where you gotta put the other wing inside to that's a cure to the disease on the other wing.
Yes. Alright, for tomorrow, if I can ask you all to try to translate whatever you can of numbers 9 to 12.
Okay.
We'll go over them, inshallah, before the beginning of class. From numbers 9 to 12. There are some hard words, you can look them up and try to translate them yourself. Don't use ChatGPT. Wassalamu alaikum.